It's officially December, so it's time to get in the Christmas spirit the only way I know how, with cozy games. I don't know what it is about Christmas, but cozy games just hit different in December. So I decided to put together a list of games that I think will be perfect for this time of year. This can either be games that have Christmas events going on or some that are starting soon. This can also be games that just ooze that cozy winter feeling. And of course, this list also doubles as a great list of cozy games to buy a cozy gamer for Christmas. The first one on my list is Disney Dreamlight Valley, because to me, Disney is quintessential coziness. Be it Nightmare Before Christmas, Frozen, or Muppets Christmas Carol, Disney just feels a bit more magical in December. For those who aren't aware, Disney Dreamlight Valley is a life sim kind of similar to Animal Crossing. You can farm, you can fish, and your only job is to fix the dilapidated valley by cleaning up and helping Disney villagers out with their quests and tasks. It's also your job to bring Disney characters back to the valley by visiting their realms and helping them out. And if that doesn't sound Christmassy enough for you, on Tuesday the 6th of December, we are getting a look at the festive update. And I'll be streaming the update on my channel right here, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Now, we don't exactly know what is coming in the update, but we do know it is likely something festive. We do get a small glimpse into the update though, because on Twitter they shared this. Not only in this picture can we see the Toy Story characters, which is something we already knew was coming as this update brings the Toy Story realm, but we can also see other Disney characters dressed up in Christmas outfits, and the pets also dressed up, and also Stitch. And I really hope that's not clickbait. They also say there's nothing small about the amount of content coming in the update. I'm very excited to get Christmassy in Disney Dreamlight Valley. I can't wait. Now, the next one might just be because I literally just watched Howl's Moving Castle like an hour ago, but to me, there is nothing cozier than a Studio Ghibli film, especially in December. So that brings me on to the Nino Kuni series. If you don't know, Nino Kuni was also created by the Studio Ghibli studio, and the storytelling and music are exactly what you'd expect from them. It is absolutely beautiful. Now, there are multiple games in this series, but one of the great ones that is often on sale on the eShop on Nintendo Switch is Wrath of the White Witch. You play as Oliver as he tries to become a master magician and bring back his mother from the parallel world. Throughout the game, you are able to travel between the real and parallel world in this beautifully unique RPG. The battle system is just as unique as the rest of the game, meshing together real-time elements and also turn-based tactical elements. The wonderfully animated and voice-acted story is literally perfect for December, and you can't go wrong with any of the games on the Switch. Next is a classic, and that's Animal Crossing New Horizons. No matter how much burnout I have in Animal Crossing, there is always one thing that will bring me back to the game, as Nintendo do it better than every other game out there right now, and that's its festive events. For me, Toy Day on December 24th is one of my favorite events, with New Year's just running slightly behind it. The music, the Christmas vibes, the villagers are literally perfect. And if you've never played Animal Crossing during Christmas before, then you're in for an absolute treat. You'll get to meet Jingle the reindeer, who you'll help deliver Christmas gifts to each and every villager. And you get rewarded with some wonderful Christmas items in return. The New Year's event is equally as fun, as you get to count down in the plaza with items to wear, lights, and even fireworks. It's something I do every year, and I'll be continuing this tradition this year as well. Just one thing to note: to access both of the events, you do need resident services to be fully upgraded and ready to go. So make sure you do that nice and early this December so you get to experience it. Next is a slightly different take to winter vibes, but I think it works. This is the Red Lantern. Have you ever wanted to go dog sledding, but also at the same time you don't want to be outside in the cold or really move at all? Then this is the game for you. Red Lantern is a narrative-focused dog sledding game centered around survival. But don't worry if the survival side of things doesn't take your fancy, as this game also has a Zen mode that you can unlock later on that lets you just sit back and let the dogs run. At the start of the game, you get to choose the 4 dogs that will make up your team, each with unique personalities and stories to go with them. As you explore the Alaskan lands, you'll find yourself encountering various species of wildlife, and it's up to you to learn how to best deal with the close encounters. As this is a survival game at its core, it's up to you to go out and find the food to keep both yourself and your dogs alive. You can do this by hunting or fishing, and once you set up the camp for the evening, you'll need to look after and tend to all of your dogs. As you journey, you'll also be able to unlock tools and sled upgrades that will help you along, and later on you'll be able to not only train your dogs, but also adopt all of the remaining ones you didn't pick at the start. Next is another fantastic game with an equally amazing Christmas event, and that's Ooblets. One of my favorite games just got a Christmas update, and it somehow made it even better. If you don't know Ooblets, then it's a great take on the farming sim genre, where you not only tend to your farm, but also grow and take care of the adorable creatures named Ooblets. To get an Ooblet, you dance battle them, and once bested, they lay a seed in which you plant and grow your very own Ooblet. You can then use your new Ooblet to dance battle your way through the story, which is mostly centered around restoring the internet, or as they call it, the Ubernet. The Christmas event is running right now and will run throughout the whole of December, and it not only sees the addition of snow, but also these gacha capsule machines. Each one of them contains a bunch of different Christmas themed items that you can win, not only for yourself, but also to dress up your Ooblets. I mean, look at this guy. Is this not the cutest thing you've ever seen? To use the machines, you just need to run around and find these glowing baubles lying around the town, and you trade those in for a capsule. I'm a sucker for a Christmas event, and it definitely got me in the Christmas spirit nice and early this year. Another amazing cozy game with a Christmas event is Cozy Grove. And although they haven't properly announced it yet this year, last year Cozy Grove had a winter festival. Cozy Grove is probably the game that came closest to filling my Animal Crossing void in my heart when I finally got burnt out of that. And it's fully centered around basically doing daily chores and activities. Each day you carry out tasks for the ghost bears who walk the island, helping them take care of business from the beyond. And through doing this, you gradually help them come to terms with what happened to them and help them to move on. In December, the island is already very wintry, but from December 23rd, there will likely be a festival like last year that lasts until early February. During this time, Miss Carouse will visit the island, offering winter festival themed decorations, clothing, and other items. You'll also be able to meet the snowfolk, craft gifts for the bears, and challenge the imps to a snowball fight. It just makes this already very wholesome game a little bit more wholesome. Again, this is a slightly different take on cozy Christmas games, but we have Night in the Woods. Now, this isn't a typical Christmas game by any means, but I think this might be a great game to decompress with after a long day of peopling. Its dry humor and sarcasm is perfect after a long day of just talking to others. You follow May, who moves back home after dropping out of college, and this is an adventure game focused around exploring the characters and the story it tells with a narrative oftentimes you can control. And the humor in this game is beautifully millennial, and sometimes the narrative gets far too accurate. Once home, May realizes that nothing feels the same as it did before. She's changed, her friends have changed and grown, and strange things appear to be happening around the town, and it's up to you to piece things together. If you're in need of a bit of an escape for Christmas, then Night in the Woods will be perfect for you. Next is a slightly darker take on a Christmas game, but we have The Long Dark. This is a thought-provoking exploration survival game that is all about the experience. You find yourself all alone as you explore the frozen lands after a geomagnetic disaster, and it's you versus Mother Nature. There's a couple of different modes to this game. It has a story mode that is absolutely fantastic, but also is shrouded in a dark tone, and this sees you crash land in the winter wilderness with your partner, and the game faces you with many difficult choices when trying to track them down and just survive. They also did an interesting thing by providing you with no tutorial whatsoever, which means much like if you actually crash landed in the winter wilderness, your first 10 minutes after crashing are filled with sheer panic. Kind of reminds me of that Grey's Anatomy episode. The Long Dark kind of gives similar vibes to a zombie apocalypse game, but instead of zombies, it's just you and Mother Nature. And you spend a lot of your time scavenging for anything useful. There's also a survival mode with the game, but thankfully that comes with different difficulty levels, and there's even a mode where you can completely fine-tune your survival experience. If that isn't enough for you, there's also a challenge mode, but those are slightly more brutal. Another recommendation for Christmas is YouTuber's Life 2. And the reason why I picked this one is the game's just a lot of fun. It's basically a life sim, but all you spend your day doing is creating content, making content, and living your best content creator life with an amazingly wacky story to go with it. I can't really pinpoint where I think this is perfect for Christmas, but I feel like this is just a little fun. And also you don't pay rent, which in itself is a Christmas miracle. And it's generally just a feel-good game. You can't really go wrong, so whatever you do, you'll kind of end up becoming a big content creator in it. And there's just so much fun to be had. There is a Christmas event, but sadly the game kind of runs on its own time. But if you time it right, between the 24th and 28th of winter in the game, then there is a Christmas event. Plaza gets all decked up for Christmas. There's special trends to do with Christmas over the few days, and you get given a Christmas tree to decorate your home with so that you can have access to the trends at any time. So you can kind of make Christmas even if it's not Christmas in the game that way, but it's generally just a bit of fun and a good time, making it perfect for December. That's it for my cozy Christmas games list, but if you want to see me rank every single game I played in 2022, click this link here. I'll see you next time. Bye.